In this way, your relay starts working here. Okay, or this relay protects any equipment or any line. Then desirable qualities of a protective device or the protective relays is the reliability, then selectivity and discrimination, then stability, sensitivity, and fast operation. We have seen this in details in last lecture. Then the new point, today's new point is the zone of protection. Okay, it is zone of protection. So can anyone tell me what is mean by this zone of protection? Hello? Anyone? Zone of protection? Very simple. Any part, okay, to be protected. So, actually, when we are considering our whole power system, that time you already studied this in power system that uh, when we are considering power system, that time there are mainly three parts, that is the generation, transmission, and distribution. In transmission also there is a primary transmission, secondary transmission. In distribution also there is primary distribution, secondary distribution, according to voltage levels that is changing. Okay, so we know at the generating point the voltage is low, then for the transmission purpose the voltage is high, and again for distribution purpose by using the step down transformer we are decreasing that voltage. And I hope you know why that voltage is increased for the transmission purpose. Okay, so here for all these sections, when we are considering this whole power system, actually to the means wherever we are living at that or to the near point only there will not be the generating station. So that length is very high. Okay, very high means sometimes it's 400 kilometers, 750 kilometers. So according to that, that transmission line length get decided. Okay, so from generating point to the distribution point, from generating point to the distribution point, whatever be the length of that just okay, just a minute, I'm sharing screen. Hello. So here you can see the different zones of protection here. Means when we are considering this power system, these two are showing the generating station. Okay, means at the generating station there are generators, then transformers. Okay, so this is one zone you can say here. Then after that this is the transmission line. Okay, this is the transmission line, and then distribution line is there. So according to that, the different zones of protection are there. Here some are shown. That is, first is the generator protective zone. Then this is the transformer protective zone. Okay, means only generator protective zone is there. Then this is the transformer protective zone. Same here also. Then this CB means the circuit breakers. Okay, and then this is the bus bar. Okay, my arrow pointer is showing the bus bar there. Okay, this is the bus bar. Okay, then again, these all are the transmission line. Okay, these all are the transmission lines, and these are also protected by this protective zone. Okay, then for the distribution case also, or for distribution purpose, same circuit breakers and relays are used here. So this means, what I want to say is that for different sections, the protection is given, and that is called the protective zone. Means you can say simply the zone of protection means the section, different section of that power system it's done, because at the same time we cannot detect the fault in the whole power system. That's why we have to do the sections, and we have to identify the fault there, and we have to uh, uh, disconnect that faulty part only. Okay, so that's why these zones are there. Now, any fault occurring within cause the tripping of relays, which causes the opening of all circuit breakers within that zone. Means what happens if any fault occurs in that zone? What relay does? This relay operates your circuit breaker to disconnect the faulty section. Okay. So everyone got this? What is mean by this zone of protection? This is important. Hello? 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 Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So समजले नाही? समजले का? Yes or no? Yes or no? Are you concentrating? Anyone? Pooja? Roll number 5, Pooja Sawan. किशोरी
Yes, ma'am.
समजलंय का?
Yes.
सम सौरभ, roll number 53, Saurabh. Okay. Now, the next point is why these protection zones are overlapped. Okay. So, you have seen this. You can again see this diagram. Also, you can note this because important. Hello. Everyone notes such diagrams, at least a few points, so that you can remember that. So this is the overlapping of protective zones. Now, why these protective zones are overlapped? You can see what is mean by actually this overlapping. So here you can see here more zones are shown. That's why I have taken this diagram. So here means overlapping is shown here. So this is the generator protection. This is the generator part. Then this is the transformer, and all these are the transmission lines. These are the bus bars. Okay. Now everywhere circuit breakers are there. Everywhere circuit breakers are there at the end and at the start. Okay, at the end and at the start, circuit breakers are used there. So that may be transformer, that may be transmission line, bus bar, any for equipments also. Okay, circuit breakers are used. Now this is the generator protection. Now here you can see the circuit breaker is used, and this is the low voltage protection. Means at the generating station, low voltage is there. That's why it is called the low voltage switchgear protection. Now here again bus bar is there, so bus bar protection zone is also there. So this is only the generator protection. These two are the generator protection zone. Then this one is the bus bar protection zone. Again, this is the transformer protection. Means the power transformer protection is there. So here you can see now actually this generator protection zone is there, transformer protection zone is there, and in between that bus bar protection zone is there. But all these are overlapped. Okay, this bus bar protection zone is overlapped with the generator protection and with the transformer protection. Okay, similarly this is again overlapped. This bus bar protection zone, this second one is also overlapped with the transformer protection zone and with the transmission line protection zone also. Okay, so these are the different zones of protection. First, you start identifying the zone of protection. Everyone is getting zone of protection, getting or not? Okay, so here you can see the different zones of protection, and these all are overlapped. So just tell me, is there any part which is not in the zone of protection? Yes, is there any part which is not in zone of protection? Sonal, Sonal,
Yes, ma'am.
ha. So you have seen this overlapping protective zones, right? Diagram. So just tell me, is there any part of the power system which is not protected, or which is out of the zone of protection in this diagram? Yes. Is everything protected here? Anyone answer me? Fastly. Shraddha. Shraddha. Okay. Anyone? Dipali? Okay, so here you can see all zones are protected. There is not a single zone which is unprotected, or you can means whatever system is there, no section is uh, there which is kept unprotected here. Okay, so here why this overlapping is there? If that system is not protected, what will happen if any fault occurs in the system? in that system, your whole system may break down. Okay, therefore these faults, sorry, the zones are overlapped. Okay, now the boundaries of zones are decided by the locations of the current transformer. Means when we are using this relay, that time we require the current transformer and circuit breaker. Okay, so wherever the current transformers are located, at near to that the uh, means the protective system is used, that is the protective relays are used there, and that zone is decided, okay, according to the location of the current transformer. Now where we are using the current transformers, where we want to measure the current, okay, where we want to measure the current, then to ensure the complete safety of each and every element of the power system, means if we skip any part to be protected, then if any fault occurs in that part only, the whole system can get breakdown, or it may stop the supply. Okay, therefore each and every part is protected, means each and every section is under the protective zone only, and these are overlapped. Okay, so unprotected zone is called the dead spot. Okay, so means what actually when we are considering different zones, generator zone, then transformer zone, and in between that bus bar zone is there. So if uh, uh, there should not be any skipping of that protective zones. Overlapping is okay. Then due to overlapping, there is no chance of existence of dead spot in the system. Okay, uh, that's why we are using the overlapping. Now for failures within the region where two adjacent protective zones are overlapped, more circuit breakers get tripped than the minimum necessary to disconnect the faulty element. For example, if any fault occurs here, you can see near this bus bar the fault occurs. Then what happens? Actually, this bus bar is protected. Uh, Means there is overlapping. Okay, there is overlapping of this protective zone. So if any fault occurs here only, okay, here only, then what happens at a time? More than one circuit breaker get tripped, okay, to disconnect the faulty section there. Okay, so in the overlap systems. Okay. So if no overlaps are there, then dead spot may exist and circuit breakers may not trip even though the fault occurs. Means that is also problematic. Means what? If overlapping is used at the, and in any fault occurs, if any fault occurs, what happens at the same time, more than one circuit breaker get tripped to disconnect that faulty section, and if we are not using overlapping, that time there will be dead spot, and if dead spot is there, then uh, these circuit breakers will not trip. Okay, will not trip there. And failures in the overlapped regions are low, are very low. Tripping of the too many circuit breakers will be frequent. Okay. Uh, Here faults means failure will be low. If any fault occurs, means no problem. It can disconnect that faulty section and there will be continuity of the supply. But circuit breakers may trip many times here, and circuit breakers located in the connections to each power system element disconnect only the faulty element from the system. Okay, these circuit breakers disconnect only faulty section or only faulty elements. Okay, uh, so when we are using this number of circuit breakers, and a circuit breaker between the two adjacent section may be omitted. Okay, so means when we are omitting any one of the circuit breaker, means when overlapping is there, we are saying that at the same time, uh, at the same time, more than one circuit breaker gets tripped. Okay, so if we omit that circuit breaker, uh, in that case, both the power system is required to be disconnected for the failure. Okay, for the failure, either in either of the two. Okay. Now the next point is the primary protection. Next point is the primary and backup protection actually. So first we'll see what is mean by this primary protection. So everyone got this overlapping? Yes, protective zones. Protective zone means a section which is to be protected. Okay, and there is overlapping of the protective zones because no section should be kept without protection. Okay, that's why all these zones are overlapped there, and if there is no overlapping, then the remaining part means unprotected part is called the dead zone there. Okay. Now, then next point is the primary protection. So the point is actually primary and backup protection. So first we'll see what is mean by this primary protection. So the service record of primary relaying is very high with well over 90% of all operations being correct. Means when we are using these protective schemes or protective devices, these are very efficient and uh, uh, they are operating 90% correct. Okay, so when but why we need this secondary protection? Why we need this secondary protection then? So when this primary protection fails, just a minute. So when this primary protection fails, that time this secondary protection comes into action. Okay, but why this primary protection fails, and what is mean by this primary protection, what is mean by this secondary protection? So first we'll see. So everyone is using the light, right? So you are getting supply, and uh, when there is a power supply problem, okay, so what happens? We are using the inverter, that is nothing but our simple backup. The same concept is used for this protection purpose also. Okay, actually there are different protective devices used at each and every section of the power system. Okay, so here you can see first the primary protection shown here, that is first here it is the main bus, then circuit breaker, this is the relay, and again there is line bus system, again circuit breaker, relays are there. So these are the different lines, means these are suppose the distribution lines I consider here, and to each and every section there circuit breakers and relays are provided for the protection purpose. But what happens, sometimes there may be fault in the relay, in the circuit breaker, or you can say the current transformer which is used here. So if any fault occurs in that protective device only, then what to do? When any fault occurs in the line or in that circuit or in that equipment, that relay is protecting that equipment or that line. But what happens if the fault occurs in the system only or in the protective device only? So at that time we have to provide the backup protection. So again, this relay is provided here. So everyone got this? What is mean by this backup protection and primary protection? Okay. Now this primary protection fails, but why it fails? Actually, failure, I told you that there may be failure of relays, current transformer is there, then current transformer is there, then circuit breakers are there. So here this failure of this primary protection is due to failure of DC supply to the tripping circuit. So we have seen that for the tripping circuit of the circuit breaker, the DC power supply is given there. We have seen that circuit diagram. Yes? Any doubt? Anyone having any doubt? Okay. So for tripping the circuit breaker, we are using the DC power supply. So if that DC power supply fails, then also that primary protection fails. Then failure in relay operating current or voltage. Actually, these relays are of different types. Okay, here only I'll say that some relays are current operated, some are voltage operated relays. So here we have in that diagram we have seen the current transformer means that is current operated relay. So sometimes there are voltage operated relays also. So if the relay fails to operate, if that may be the current, that may be due to current or voltage, then failure in circuit breaker tripping mechanism. So we have seen that when this relay detects the fault, it gives signal to or when that current increases, it closes these contacts, and when that circuit get completed, the circuit breaker contacts get open, means there is a tripping mechanism is there, that is called the tripping. Okay, so we have seen that also. So failure in that tripping mechanism also causes the failure in the primary protection. Then failure of main protective relay operation. So main relay operation, there is a relay coil at the secondary of CT. So if that coil fails to close the contacts, and then also that primary protection fails. Then failure in the wiring of relaying system. Wiring means actually there are normally open, normally closed contacts are there. So if there are some connection problems, then also this primary protection will fail. And last one is the failure of CT or PT operation. As we said that the relays are of current, can be current operated or voltage operated. So we can use the current transformers and potential transformers also there. Therefore, if any fault occurs in this any one of the two transformers, so this primary protection will fail, and we are using the secondary, or it is also called the backup protection. So this backup or secondary protection, it is called the backup or secondary protection. So it is important for a stable and reliable power system. means if we want a continuous supply, actually this primary protection is doing 90% of work. Okay, because our relays are very efficient, and not only relay, other protective devices are also very efficient, and we are using this at each and every section. That's why there is no any problem. They are disconnecting the faulty section and they are doing their job well. That is almost 90%, I just told you. But when there is a fault in that relay itself, or that mechanism itself, then only you need the backup protection. Okay, so it's important for the stable and reliable power system. Then it is not possible to design 100% secure and efficient system. So as we know, so at any point fault may happen. So it's not possible to design such a system. And if the primary protection operation falls into trouble, then secondary protection disconnects the faulty part from the system.